Yo, what's good, trappers? What's happening, man? So it's Tuesday. We gonna follow up on them trades we been in. Remember, we got that Zom call going. We got a Bowen put and we got a Mara put. All right. You can play Mara, you can play Hut, and you can also play BITF, Bitfarm. All of those are Bitcoin mining stocks, but we'll talk about that later on. I'll show y'all how them all move in sync. But first, today I want to pop off about with Zom. You know what I mean? That's when I was mainly worried about, and we was really looking at oil yesterday. You know, I was in a tight spot because I was just holding. I was convicted, and they was trying to shake me out. Let me show y'all what's going on. Look how this shit then played out. All right, so let's zoom in. I'm on the 4 hour. Kind of look like I got a lot going on. I added this little this moving average to my volume indicator. I like this. But I'm hide it for right now. It's kind of shit. Got a lot. It's too much. It's just too much right now. Let's get that out of there. So we on the 4 hour. Remember where we was at yesterday? We was ranging. You know what I'm saying? This where we was last Wednesday. That wick. That was the one that showed me it was some buyers down here trying to push price up. And we started throwing wicks to the lows. This is the one that almost shook me out. And then Pete, we popped this little trend line right here. She was trying to, you know what I'm saying? She was playing hard to get, but we popped her. Let me go down to the 1 hour real quick so I can show y'all what it looked like. So this what we was, you know what I'm saying? This what I was hoping for. This was that shakeout candle that almost got me. Remember I told you high volume creating a lower low, or high volume creating a higher high is a suspicious candle. All right. Because it's really the opposite going on. It looks like it's a bearish momentum, but really what's happening is a bunch of there's a lot of volume because the sharks or the big money, the big wallets are absorbing the small money. So that's what this was right here. And this ended up playing out perfect for us. We reclaimed that level. So we got a high volume level like that with a gap. We shouldn't be able to reclaim this level. We should have, tested it and then got rejected. But bulls came back up, reclaimed. And then, what time was it? 9:30 this morning. As soon as the market opened, boom, popped it. Straight through the trend line. So we loving that. And I even went down to, so you see I already got a little trend line going. I kind of got a lot up here. I was drawing some shit up before I went live. So I'll just draw it back on there in a little bit. So what I ended up doing, I went down to the 15-minute just to see how it really looked, on the smaller time frames. And yeah, see, high volume. We popped that level, popped straight through that trend line. So really I can erase this trend line at this point. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete that because we done with her. And then now, so we got a 1 touch right here, 2 touch, boom, here come the 3rd touch. So this is a good entry if you're not in Zom calls already. This is a great entry to catch on this 3rd touch on the this 3rd test of the trend line. It's also, we still in that money pocket. So for those that don't really understand volume, this is a perfect example. This shit like textbook, man. Like this is a high volume zone we marked up a week ago. And when you in that high money zone, once enough money is accumulated, it's gonna pop, and it's gonna pop with speed, with volume. So that's what we have right there. Burst straight through it. Right now, price is coming back in to retest the zone and retest our trend line. So I'm anticipating it to get really no lower than about 97.5, something like that. And if anything, it could maybe come down here to this little, you see I get this little 15-minute liquidity. Normally I don't mark that because it's a smaller time frame, so it's not as relevant. But it could happen. But I think it's higher probability we hit this trend line and we pop and make a higher high. And so remember I was thinking about a little exit. I was trying to come up with a plan because I got them Zom calls that I was a little impatient on, and I got in too soon. So I'm working with about an average strike of 98 something. My 97s, they in good profit. They up about 50%, or they were when we was up here in this level right here. And then my 99s, of course, them still negative. I'm still, it's a little drawdown going on. So what I decided is I'm gonna end up taking my profit on those. It depends on the timing too, right? So I'm holding these calls till Friday regardless, because I expect this momentum to run all the way throughout the end of the week, and then we'll close our trades around noon on Friday, because people gonna start cashing out, get ready for the weekend, and they enter new trades next week on Monday. So we'll cash out If this level gets hit before Friday, I'm gonna cash out right here on my probably on all of them, to be honest. I was gonna try and hold a 97, but to be honest, once we hit this level, we should get a decent pullback back to this money zone, and then that'll be the real entry where we can take a heavier position and do about a 2 to 3 week contract. But yeah, so this is my exit plan right here. We gonna cut. So this gonna be it's kind of like we're just gonna take the small profit. It wasn't the home run I was looking for, but that's what happened when you're impatient. But the 97 is gonna pay us out good, and once we get up here, my 99 strikes should at least be they should be in a small profit, and that's cool. And then we'll just find another, we'll take that capital, that buying power, and come grab some better positions. All right, but either way, we in great shape right here. Great shape. I'm gonna show y'all oil too, right? So since oil taking lead, look how oil started acting. I can't remember. So we talked, let's see, we talked yesterday, probably somewhere, can't remember where we were when I actually made the video. I think we was actually running, like we was kind of pushing up to make higher highs. And so that was the second touch. So I was anticipating the third touch. Boom, here's the third touch. I love this setup, man. It's a good, simple setup for new traders. It's real consistent. It's easy to follow. You get 3 touches on the trend line. On the 4th touch, the trend line is likely to break. Real simple. First touch is the start. Second touch was this one, the first test. And then the second test is technically the third touch by how I look at it. And so this third touch should give us a new higher high, push us up to maybe like the 76. You see, I kind of got like a little for if you was to take because you can trade oil on futures. If you were trading futures, this is kind of the setup I would take. Stop loss below this previous touch. And really, you can raise this up at that point, because now that we got the third touch, price shouldn't come lower than that. If it does, then that's the trend line was broken. So we can actually move that up. Gives you a crazy risk reward ratio, 4.69. And I'm thinking price can end up pushing up to 76.75. So basically the top of this supply zone right here, where it's pushing higher outside of this range, but this will show us that, like, I ain't even gonna get too detailed into it. I ain't gonna be able to explain it right now. If you understand Wyckoff, you know what I'm trying to say. This is gonna mark the upper boundary of our range for the supply zone. So once price break up here and get to 76.75, I'm expecting price to make a steep fall back down to retest our bigger trend line, or it could break that trend line and even come back down to these lows. Remember, we talked about that. I got that 69 price target. But either way, we gonna just, don't be too greedy. Ride this last. We got one more push up. Take that profit. Get up out of there. That's if you're trading oil on futures. If you're on ZOM with me, then let's see what we're looking at. Go back to my 15-minute. 1 touch, 2 touch. Yeah, so this is the third touch. We'll take profit somewhere around 99 or above. Just depend on how much volume we have when we get up there. It could be a strong rejection as soon as we touch the zone, but I'm thinking is some good liquidity up here, closer to $100. I think I found that level from looking at the 4-hour. Yeah. I was looking at the 4-hour, so that's the open on the 4-hour. It might even line up with the daily. Yeah, and that's a daily open right there. So it's a lot of money. This is something to note down. The open of the day is always going to be the highest area of liquidity. And remember, liquidity is what attracts price. So the open of the days are always the highest liquidity, because people waiting till the market open. Like if you trade stocks or anything like that, you wait until 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. I'm on Eastern time. You wait until 9:30. As soon as it hit, boom, people placing their orders. That's a lot of liquidity, a lot of back and forth with trading and stuff. That's why that first 30 minutes, 9:30 to 10 o'clock, be so volatile. Well, that volatility, that pocket of money, is what price is attracted to. So I think it's a high probability we get up to here, about $100. And then just to double check on that too, what I like to pull up is my Bollinger Band. I ain't been showing these much, but I love the Bollinger Bands, bro, especially on the 4-hour time frame. So I'm gonna show y'all what that's gonna look like. If you don't know how to use Bollinger Bands. I'll probably make a separate video one day to teach it, but real simple. It's numbers. It's statistics. If you understand the bell curve, you understand standard deviation. Second standard, so the 68%, 95%, 99%. That's what's going on. So this is the second standard deviation right here. So I'm anticipating price to come out here and deviate this cloud. Once it does deviate it, break back down to the average. And you see the average, the median is right here hovering around our money zone. So I'm thinking we can get one of these. Price going boom, pop it, then drop back down, and then take off. And then hit my main take profit is that 103. So we'll take profit here once we hit this 99 area. And really, I think it's going to drop. Like, I think it's going to stop about right here. Once it hit that $99 to $100 range, take profit, re-enter, grab positions right here at the end of the week or next week. Just we can't. Only thing we don't know is timing. We might line up and catch this on Friday, and then we'll hit that max profit on next week. So that's Zon, bro. This playing out sweet, man. I'm glad the patience pays, bro. Patience pays. So this is working out in our favor. Nothing much else to say about that. Let's just, keep going. And actually, I'm going to change the color on this, because now we really, this bullish. This is in our favor. I might even just go ahead and delete this. Yeah, I'm going to kill this level. It's just such a low time frame. But yeah, so that's everything on Zon. Pull this Bollinger Band back off. Alright, so now let's go check out, we'll go check out Boeing first. I think I got a lot to say about the Bitcoin stocks. Alright, so we on Boeing. Boeing is, still in that money zone that we marked. We corrected this because we didn't account for the gap. And so it's still in that gap right there. And you see we starting to throw some wicks to the top. And this is the 4 hour. So if we go to the 1 hour, 1 hour is best for seeing like levels of resistance and or to really see like wicks being thrown and how the volume is at. And so Pete, price had a little double bottom right there, came back up, filled this gap. It's in this money zone. If it was to break out of here, it would go up to the next pocket of liquidity. But I think there's enough money in this area to push us to lower lows. And this is why I also had the volume thing on, right? So let me show you why I like this moving average on the volume. So Pete, we hit a little selling climax right here, hit this bottom, and then now you got this automatic reaction going on, or this rally going on by the bulls. But the thing is, this bullish rally it's having the volume is bearish. It's a downtrend on the volume. Even though price is going upwards and bulls are in control temporarily. Bruh, hold on, bruh. My MacBook finna die. I don't know why this shit be dying so fast. I bet. So yeah, so peep how we having this little rally, but the bulls are making this rally on low volume. So that low volume is all that's saying to me is the bulls there's no real demand down there here. If there was real demand, the big money would come in. You can tell when the big players in the game, because they are the ones who spike the volume. So this right here is just retail traders being, maybe just FOMOing and being impatient, and they thinking that this is the bottom, but it's not. And also, this whole rally right here is really just because sellers started to take profit. You know what I mean? Like we had a big move down, bro. If you caught that shit up here, you caught this gap, bro. Like we caught a lot of money on these Boeing puts. People taking profit, people cashing out, and you already know just psychology. 3 levels: 1 level, 2 level, 3. 3 drops. Cash out, take your profit, let price cool down. You know what I'm saying? And so now we starting to form a distribution range. We throwing wicks up here. The bulls ain't going nowhere. They ain't got no volume. And the sellers, we gonna join back in now that we get into these higher prices. We get into the top. We're starting to form a range. So we're starting to see where the top of the range is. These put contracts gonna be way cheaper now. We gonna push this much lower, bro. My only thing is my expiration is Friday. I wish I would have extended it out. Unfortunately, I don't have no buying power to roll the contract. But it's cool. I should at least I think we can break these lows before the end of the week. But if not, at the end of the day, my strike at 210. I know we're gonna be lower than 210. Let me not claim like I know, right? I think it's a high probability that we're gonna be lower than 210 by Friday. So I'll be in profit. It might be another small profit, but at the end of the day, profit is profit. So we ain't even tripping. But very confident on this on these Boeing puts. And again, our profit target is 187 at most, 181 at best. Or let me say 187 at worst, 181 at best. So yeah, stick it out, be patient. You just never know how long ranges take to develop, bro. But that's all good. The time don't really matter as long as you're right on direction and you got the patience to hold. All right, so that's Boeing. Just so easy to read, bro. So easy to read that. Now let's go talk these Bitcoin stocks. Before I look at the stock, let's go to Bitcoin itself. So stocks is this just me giving the game away and shit. The way I like to trade stocks is I care more about the commodities because as a company, you're providing a product, but there's some type of commodity or resource that is the foundation of your product, right? So that's why I look at oil to predict Exxon and like gas station or oil stocks. And so we're looking at Bitcoin to predict Bitcoin stocks, right? So it just makes sense. The commodity is always going to lead. It's always going to move first. So the funny thing though is, all right, so Bitcoin finally just broke this level. I'm going to mark this. So Bitcoin had a range going on. I'm going to mark the range something like this. I'll call the top of the range here. That was the buying climax in my opinion. I'm gonna erase this MSP. That was our market structure push previously. All right, so we just popped this range, bro. This is clearly a distribution range. Again, when I'm talking about these distribution ranges and accumulation ranges, read up on Wyckoff. Read up on Wyckoff. It's upward thrust after distribution. Boom, we break now. Lower point of supply. Lower point of supply. We're not breaking these lows. This is a good trend we got going on. Excuse me. So people going like this. Something like that. Trend going. All right, so we done broke out below that range. So now, and the thing about it, the Bitcoin stocks already fell 3 lows before Bitcoin even fell out of this range. They fell just off the fact that Bitcoin was distributing from the top of the range. Now Bitcoin actually fell out of the range. And so now that we done did that, we got to find a new level of demand. And in my opinion, you see where I got marked up. This is where my money at with Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin gonna touch at least about 21K. You know what I'm saying? So that's a long drop. It's a long drop, but it's great for crypto investors like myself. And we can short. We can make a lot of cash on the short, on playing it short, and then take that cash, roll it into crypto investments, and I mean just kick back and catch your passive income. If you know anything about liquidity pools and staking and airdrops, you're gonna eat, bro. All right, so that's Bitcoin. Let's go back to the Bitcoin stocks. So you see I kind of got them boxed up. Coin, which is Coinbase, Mara, Hut, and BITF, Bitfarm, they all move together. All crypto. It's all based on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is king. All right, so I wanted to show y'all Mara, Hut, and BITF. So this is the daily. Yeah, the daily a little different, but as you can see, for real, Mara, Hut, and BITF are all, and Bitfarm are all bearish. They all tanking. Bitfarm look damn near exactly like Mara. You feel me? So it's so easy to play these, bro. You can play them three. You can play all three of them. Play the one with the cheaper contracts. It just depends on how much buying power you got and how you want to do it. Sometimes one of them will lag behind the other one. So like Mara might drop first and Hut might still be ranging. So you can take them Mara profits, cash out, roll it into Hut, make the same play, run the same shit back. Boom, let it drop, cash out. And you know what I'm saying? Like that. So but let's go into Mara. Let's go down these lower time frames, see what's going on. All right, so I got these 1 hour pockets of money. So I'm gonna go down to the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, it ain't really much to see. It's clearly still bearish. Ain't really much to see. Go down to the 1 hour. And then this is what I'm seeing. So this is where our money at right here. High volume up here. I don't think we're gonna get back up here. We gotta break through this level first. And you already see look at the bulls again. Bullish momentum is climbing up, but the volume is on a downtrend. That's divergence. That doesn't make sense. It should be in harmony. You should have high volume with the trend, and large range candles. So basically the same thing that we saw with Boeing price action, we seeing the same thing on Mara. So we feeling real good. These are great entries to catch some Mara puts. And I do about at least a 2-week expiration. That's kind of that's been the sweet spot for me lately. I do about a 2-week expiration, but at the end of the day, we never know how long these ranges gonna take to develop. We never know how much money is needed to break new levels. But I'm thinking 2 weeks should be enough cushion. And you already know all my expirations this Friday, so I'm a little blowed about it. But so I guess I'm gonna probably end up cashing out just a bunch of small profits. But once I do, I'm gonna take them, open some 2-week contracts, and we'll bet big on those. In February should send us, into some big money. Tax season coming up, so people cashing out of stocks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. This is just a bearish season right now, Q1. But that's pretty much it. Shit straightforward, bro. I'll go check out Hut real quick. Look at Hut. Hut is even more bearish. Like I don't know why Hut don't be having no types of rallies. Really, you should just go ahead and jump in Hut now, because it ain't finna go nowhere. Let's see, high money. The money is, bro. Hut will have to get up here. Let me erase this, because we already hit that take profit. I'm gonna erase this too, because we already broke out of that. We already out of this trade. I'm gonna get all of that. Just start clean on Hut. So me looking at Hut just real quick, man. I'm not. This the money right here. This the money. I ain't got no faith in her. I don't even know if he can get up there, bro. I don't think that much money even necessary. And the crazy part is this, bro. First of all, y'all already know I took profit at $8 because I was like, it might take a little minute to get down to the second take profit at 632. That shit turboed straight through my first take profit, came straight down to 632. Then look, bro, we ranging, finna have another distribution range and break through this level, bro. If we break through this second take profit, cause that was really like my little support, man, that shit gonna come down to $4. And then at the $4, look, if we back out, I'm gonna go to the weekly. Look at Hut, bro. We at the lowest lows for real. This right here supposed to be the highest area of demand. And if we break through, bro, what are we talking about? $4? If we break through $4, this shit going in free fall. I can't even tell you what low to find. Yeah, it's looking ugly. And Bitcoin still got a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking 21K for Bitcoin. Bitcoin go down 21. This shit gonna be down damn near to $1. But that's a great investment to when you get down that low, bro. We can do some 1-year calls on Mara, Bitfarm, and Hut, and just eat, bro. Them options gonna pay off crazy. I wouldn't even buy the stock. I'll just put some 1-year option calls on and come back and check in in 2025. But yeah, so that is what it is with these. Easy money. Just be patient. Keep doing what we doing. That's it. That's all I really wanted to share with y'all. I guess I'll probably need to make a video talking about Bollinger Bands and kind of showing y'all how I use it. I think it's my favorite indicator for it. It's real simple, and it helps me be patient with my entries and good, and discipline with my exits. But other than that, I ain't really got much to say, man. It's Tuesday. Still the beginning of the week. Still a lot of money to make this week. Still a lot of work to get done. Y'all be blessed. You already know. Check the social media handles out. Chart Trapping on all platforms. But right now we just focused on YouTube. So if you just now tuning in, go back, watch the other videos and see how we started on these option plays. Watch how these options playing out. We we balling right now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna like can't even be humble about it. We hooping right now, so we just gonna keep doing it. Don't let it feed the ego though. Got to stay disciplined, stick to the system, and keep reading these charts with a what's the word with a neutral mindset. All right, but yeah, hit me.